by Wendy's. Let us bring the tailgate to you with delivery.
Coming off the tough loss to Baylor, Oklahoma State is looking for their star, Chuba Hubbard, to get them a W against Iowa State. In this Iowa State rush defense, these guys are stingy up front, and their safeties get in the mix as well. So when we look at what Chuba's done to transform this Oklahoma State offense, they're going to need that to come into fruition as they get into this Iowa State game. Let's start here with the mesh point. You get your defensive end. He's crashing, but he cannot crash all the way down because you've got a quarterback that's able to get out of the gate and run. So you have to be mindful of that. We've also got an offensive line that's making a push, and I think that's a big positive for Oklahoma State. And then as we advance a little bit here, what you're going to see is, boom, you get this kick out. And with that kick out, Chuba Hubbard's able to stick that, look at it, stick that foot in the ground, and let's get back inside. Stick it in the ground, get back inside, get through here, and let's go hit pay dirt, baby. Let's go to the end zone. Chuba Hubbard has had a tremendous season, already over 1,200 yards, already has 15 touchdowns. Those are both great seasons for most running backs in college football, but what you see is this offensive line working with the quarterback to go make plays, and they are able to create huge plays. It's not gonna be easy against Iowa State, and we're gonna get deeper into it on this episode of Tape Don't Lie.
His ability to make all the runs, his ability to catch the ball in the backfield. We've been fortunate in my time to be able to coach some really good running backs, and he's got all the qualities of what great running backs have the ability to do.
I got Chris Martin here, college football analyst here with Stadium, and let's not waste any time. Let's get into it because we're going to watch a little bit more of this Chuba Hubbard. He is so dynamic, so fast. I mean, you look at the graphic, obviously, you see that straight track hand, as you mentioned.
Straight track.
It's all track. He's got track speed, but he's also got some wiggle to his game, and he's got the ability to run tough. And I think that Oklahoma State, what they've been able to do is really bring the energy for this run game, one with Spencer Sanders because he can run, but also two with Chuba. And you look at this is zone, but look at the bodies getting out in front.
Yeah, and look at big number 75, Marcus Keys there. He's the left guard. Now, keep in mind, he ain't going to run with Chuba Hubbard, but look at the effort that he gives on the play. And the one thing I notice is these are big, strong, physical guys up front. Look at him go. So he's looking for somebody on the second level. Now, that is just effort.
Yes.
Chuba Hubbard is a straight-up track guy, though. So what they want to do is they want to get him north, get him out on the perimeter. When he gets to the second level, let him use his eyes, let him use his vision, let him use his balance. He's a great contact balance guy, so he keeps going, and he knows how to finish the run. That's just outstanding effort up front.
Yeah, I love what we get out of the up front guys, and I think that when you look at them, and you mentioned Marcus Keys, I mean, I look at him, and obviously he gives his little chip that helps clear that path for Chuba to get out in front, and then he's going to look for somebody. Now, there isn't anybody to hit, but the effort that he gives is tremendous, and I love this view because you get to see them all work together, and I love Bryce Bray, too, 78. The defense, the offensive, the right tackle, he also is out in front. So you get Keys, you get Bray, you get guys out in front, and they're making plays. Look at my right tackle right here as we wrap this play up. Watch the way that he is able, okay, I'm not blocking that guy because they want to show that option look. And now he's just like, I'm running too, man. I'm running too.
And the left tackle, Jenkins, absolute burial ceremony. Watch the left side of your screen. He's going to get the edge, the guy who's there to set the edge, and he's going to annihilate him. There he is. Right there. Effort. Here comes the burial. Run through the contact. Excellent job up front. And as you mentioned, great detail, Michael. They're working on one string, on one accord. All their movement, you can see they're in lockstep. That's exactly what you teach up front.
Yeah, I love seeing this, and obviously that's James Lynch. That's not some nobody out there on the defensive end spot. So this is a great play, and this is the thing. We mentioned Chuba as a north-south as a track guy, but we also got to mention Oklahoma State is doing things that allow him to showcase a little bit more of his skills. We see some cutting, and I love this. You got their cowboy backs right here. Both of these guys get tremendous blocks. This isn't something that we were used to seeing out of Oklahoma State.
Great fill there on the safety coming up, and then again getting on the second level. Look at the effort though by the wide receiver down the field. That's Jordan McCray to sustain the block, hold the block, and not just giving up on the play. This is an excellent run. What I love here is, again, it demonstrates Chuba Hubbard's patience, but also his vision. The jump cut and then the acceleration out of the jump cut. That's what a lot of backs don't possess. This is a guy that can make a series of moves in the hole, but once he makes a jump cut, watch him get the foot in the ground, and he will explode out of there. This is where you can see the gas.
Boom.
Right here. Now I'm out.
He's out of the gate.
I'm out. And then what I love here at the end, watch how he secures the ball. I feel the defense coming inside out, so I'm putting both arms over the ball.
I love that. So I'm going to highlight Logan Carter right here. Boom. he gets two with one.
Yep.
He's your Cowboy back. He blocks the initial guy in the hole, but because of the downhill progression, hits 22, but he also gets 4 because he's coming downhill to the football. Get 2, get 4. Now we've got 2 guys that can't make that play. We got our guy cutting loose in the open. You also got to give some respect to Dayton Metcalf over there, who's he's also able to get this good seal out of the other Cowboy back, these 2 up backs. Those guys do a tremendous job. A seal here, you get 2 for 1, and now we're off to the races. And listen, if that guy wasn't playing a deep in the hole safety, he'd be in trouble.
Stunting on him. And I'm going to give some love to the center, too, because he's showing good effort. There, he hits the linebacker, feels the pressure, got the seal block, and then off and running. And you wonder why. I'm sitting here thinking, what's more impressive, the fact that Chuba Hubbard's already run for over 1,600 yards or that he has 15 tubs this season? This is what he does. This is why they're a big play team. They're in every game because he is a threat to go the distance on any given snap.
Yeah, man, that 1,200 yards and the 15 touchdowns is huge. That's a good season for most running backs, and he's already got it done. So they're up against an Iowa State rush defense is number 24 in the country. They do a lot of different things with this tight front. We'll see them go from a 5 to a nose to a 5. We'll see them go from a 5 to a nose to a 4-eye, which is what we're seeing right here. You see them go from a 4-eye to a nose to a 4-eye. But essentially, they've got the three-man front. They basically play a 3-3-5. And I love the way that they're able to get into it. You see here, Marcel Spears, let's get downhill. Let's go make a play. I think this is some fantastic football. You see Arnold Azuna coming downhill. Sure. And I love that you start out with what looks like a 5-man box, but let's add my other guy, and it's not going to be the linebacker, Mike Rose.
And what I love is Lima getting pushed inside. I mean, This is a big man that's playing strong at the point of attack. Just watch him rock the center back here and his get off in anticipation. He's going to explode with his hips. And now he gets off. There's the detachment to get off the block and find the ball. That's just an outstanding effort, but good surge at the point of attack. And then also I would note, Michael, here you're going to see the defensive end actually slide down. That's Zach Peterson. They want him rushing over the guard. Now, he did not make the tackle, but he did help make the play because of his foot quickness, because of how quick he came off the ball and exploded to the running back.
Yeah, and I think that it's important, as we show this clip, to show that their whole goal for them is to gunk up the middle. That's the goal. The goal for them is to control the A gap and control the B gap and then force everything to spill wide. If you run in the interior, it's going to be muddy, and you're not going to have the space to make plays. And you see them there. They have guys. Everyone's pushing to pinch down those interior gaps.
No doubt about it. And here, Texas Tech offensive line playing way too high. They got to get their butts down. Because they're not playing with any leverage. And as you mentioned, you can muddy up things inside, especially when you're playing with low pad level. There goes the creases. You're cutting down there. The pressure inside just eats them up. That's excellent effort. Good push up front by the D-line.
Yeah, I mean, I love even seeing just your linebacker here, Mike Rose, the way that he pushes, because it's not about making a tackle for him. It's about occupying that gap, forcing more guys into the middle so that the running back has no opportunity onto the interior. So this is the other thing I'm looking forward to. And we talked about him against Chuba Hubbard, and I think one of the beauties of this defense is the way that they always have one extra guy. Because they've pulled someone out of the box, and they count on a free runner to get into the box in enough time to make the play. They put somebody out of the box. They've got 4 over 3, they've got 2 over 1 to the top side. And look at the way they make this play. This, to me, this is perfect vice, right? This is outside, inside, vice grip, shut it down.
And Mike Rose flowing to the football. You talk about instincts and awareness and playing in space. We're going to see him close and converge on the football, and that's exactly what you want. I love that you pointed out the numbers here, because that's going to heavily tilt to Iowa State. It funnels it back into your help. Remember, great defense always knows where its help is, and that's exactly what Rose does on this play.
Yeah, and I think when you have 4 over 3 and you're running a swing screen to this running back, guess what? They can't all block. They all can't get blocked. So we see Eisworth there as he's forcing it inside, and we see Mike Rose coming to clean it up. That's the way that hammer and splatter work together on a football field.
The other thing you see is number 21. He's going to recognize this, and he's going to turn and look up the wide receiver. Now run right through him.
Bingo.
That's exactly what you're taught. If you're going to get the quick hitter, you turn, put your face right at that wide receiver, and you run right through him and force the action and take your shot. That's a big thing there. You got to take your shot.
And then we're going to see another one of those little swing passes, and this is what I love. You got a cloud corner.
Yep.
And I love that he does. Listen, I don't love that he puts his head down and the guy jumps over him, but I love the fact that he knows my guys are rallying. So I'm going to take my shot, and guess what? The guy behind me is going to take his shot too.
And exactly about knowing where your help is. Again, you get off the block, you come up, you close, take a shot, you miss him, but you got help.
Yes.
The cavalry is there. That's a big shot by Eisworth too, and it's showing you he is a big physical player. He's one of those unique guys that he can come down, play in the box, but he also has the range over the top. And this is exactly why Iowa State is number 3 in the Big 12 Conference in terms of total defense, because these guys fly around, they play fast, and they get to the ball.
Yeah, I love this play. I mean, you're seeing, again, on the bottom side, we've got the 4 over 3. Top side, we've got 2 over 1. We've got the cloud corner with the redirect to the interior, and then all of a sudden, hey, nope, don't worry, I'm right behind you, my man.
And what I love too is they know that they can use the out of bounds, the sideline, as an extra defender. So why not take a shot there? Take a big hit. You got the help from the sideline.
I love that. And let's get to this next play. I think this is, to me, I love this. This is, again, you got 3 over 2. You got 3 over 2. And what are we going to do? We're going to play good football right here, and then we're going to have our linebacker make sure we got to keep an eye on Jet Duffy because he can get out of the pocket. So let's roll it. And as you see this, everybody's covered. And I think this is great. Everyone's covered. And so what do you have to do as a quarterback? Now I got to go try to make a play. Don't worry. We've got Mike Rose. Brock Purdy was the story of their, as a freshman coming in and making plays. Mike Rose was an absolute player for them as a freshman a season ago, too.
And look at all the space that he covers, though. Even there, like all these guys having the integrity, let the play unfold. Quarterback has nowhere to go, so he makes an off-script play. But look at the instincts by Rose. Now he seals him. Yeah, you got to reel him in, get him down in space, and that's just an outstanding effort. Great play, but also great instincts. Now, this isn't a flawless defense because they give up a lot of chunk yards. But what they do really well is they make you take another snap. Teams engineer long drives down the field, but they try to keep them out of the end zone, and that's where they're very successful.
I also want to point this out. I know you're a corner, cloud corner right here. Look at the way that he sees this and is able, he recognizes my 2's in immediately. I'm sitting in cloud. I can help out with number 3, and because he can help out with number 3, Mike Rose is able to make this play.
That's exactly right. And he gets a reroute on the outside here down on the bottom, and then he's able to come in on the play. And that's what I love. We'll get a chance to see it again, exactly what I'm talking about. Look at the bottom of the screen here, number 2 down on the bottom. Look at his eyes and vision on number 2 receiver here.
Let's get him inside to my safety.
Get him inside. I'm going to get a little reroute. There it is. So now I can come up and take the back in case the ball goes out there on the flare. That's excellent communication. It is good talk by the defense and knowing exactly what's coming at you.
Yeah, and I think communication is the nexus of this defense because you've got a bunch of guys all out in space, but they've got to talk. They've got to understand what's going on, what's happening to them. They got to trust each other. They got to know where I'm going to be, where I'm supposed to be. And because of that, Mike Rose is able to make this play to go get that to force. Ultimately, you see 4th and goal. This is a huge play for them.
And what I like is that these guys don't panic. A lot of teams get nervous. They start to panic when they're playing in space. Because you look at this Rose, he's even out of position. He's out of phase, but he doesn't panic. He just trusts his instinct. He knows he can play inside out, and he gets to the ball. That's a well-coached defense.
Yeah, Campbell and Heacock have put together a really, really cool scheme from a defensive standpoint. Would love to see some other people try to duplicate this, although it does take a special type of player, and it does take a special communication. This is a huge tackle for Mike Rose. I am looking forward to watching Chuba Hubbard take on Iowa State. For CMART, I'm Michael Felder. This is Tape Don't Lie.
Brought to you by Wendy's. Let us bring the tailgate to you with delivery.